Don't remind me.
Too late. I reminded you.
Terrible. I hate the fact that he
Listen, it happened. We're all very sad. We're not going to.
And we're live. And we're live. We're sad and we're live at the same time.
Hey guys. Welcome to a sad episode of Brix at Nite. And I'm our homies.
Oh my god. Oh no. I'm not gonna go over it. I'm gonna get too sad. I cried yesterday. I felt like crap yesterday. Oh my god. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Brix at Nite on ELPN. I am one of your hosts, Kennard, and joined alongside me, as always, is the beautifully bearded Lego Jake 3. Probably wondering why we're all sad at the beginning of the freaking show is because we have lost a really amazing person in the fandom community. God,
the fandom, he's been a part of it. I mean,
the voice of I just brightened my face up a little bit. The voice of so many amazing characters, including Mufasa, as well as Darth Vader, and a lot of amazing characters that he's played. Oh god, I can't remember his name on freaking Coming to America, but he was amazing there.
He was the king.
He was the king. I know he's the king. I just forgot his name. Joffrey Jaffa?
King Jaffa, yeah.
King Jaffa, there you go.
King Jaffa.
But we're gonna cut that short because we've got a very special guest who's waiting for us in the background there. He is an acclaimed mock builder. He is based out of North Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. If you've seen him on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, you'll catch him as the Bearded Brix. You'll also probably see him on his podcast, Bricking It with the Beard. If you haven't already, check him out there. But let's go ahead and bring on Bearded Brix.
You don't want to run our intro?
Oh no, we're gonna roll that intro. I just want to say it first, and then I'll roll the intro. God. What's going on, dude?
What's going on?
Not a whole lot, man.
I want to let you know I'm a little offended. You said that Jake was the beautiful bearded one, and I'm sorry, but you fall second in that one.
I know. I was gonna say my beard
because we didn't get to introduce the most majestic bearded one, and I didn't really enter that into my intro because Jake fucked me up on that one. So let me introduce the majestically bearded man below us.
I need some intro music. I need some like fireworks going off. Something. I gotta even step my
fireworks.
Yeah, I gotta step my intro up. I need to have like some explosions going on.
Oh, dude, fireworks fucking everywhere. Pew, 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 pew. Or just pew, 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 pew. Oh god. Oh man. You probably feel it just like everybody else does. Yesterday was a huge loss for the Star Wars community.
Yeah, it was a. So I work with a guy who is really, really into Star Wars, just as much as we all are. And he was kind of the way we sit is I face this way, he faces towards me, and we're blocked by another desk and his area, and then he sits behind his computer, so I can't really see him. And he was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "I hear that 500 times a day. What's up?" He was like, "Dude, you're not going to believe this." And he done like this and like swiveled his screen around. And I was just like,
oh my God.
Damn.
See,
and
that's
like,
what
of course, though, I will say that like the first thing that popped in my head is like content creator. I was like, well, got to make a post real quick before anybody else can. But it is very, very, he asked me a question, and a lot of people are going to say, go against me on this. He asked me, what did James Earl Jones mean to me? And I'm sorry that everybody out there, I'm probably a bigger Star Wars fan than half the people, but it's the old junkyard man from the Sandlot before he's Darth Vader.
Yes.
That's where I associate his face. The voice will always be Vader, but I think of the nice.
The voice will always be Mufasa. The voice will always be Mufasa.
Okay.
But the face will always be the Sandlot junkyard. I don't know his name in it, but it's just the junkyard owner.
Hercules got out.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, Mr. I want to say it's Mr. Myrtle, but I could be so wrong with that.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
I think
now.
you're right. I'm literally pulling it up right now.
I'm putting it the same thing, yeah. Because once you pull up the Sandlot, James Earl Jones pops up.
Yeah.
Mr. Myrtle.
Mr. Myrtle?
Yeah, but it's spelled weird. It's like Mertle.
Oh my god.
I know a lot of people are watching that in remembrance more than Star Wars. I feel like.
Well, we Googled it at work just to see all the movies he's in, and like he's almost one of those things. Like I use Mark Hamill as an example in this. Mark Hamill, everyone's gonna know him for Star Wars,
Yeah.
but like once again, like the Joker, like bro, like the voice actors that people don't realize are voice actors. Because there's a lot of people that don't realize that's Mark Hamill. Like they don't put two and two together. That's Luke Skywalker.
Dude, we had a debate about this.
Mark, are you out there?
Dude, we had a debate about this last episode because Mark the Dynamic Builder, who we had as a special guest, is a huge Batman fan. And we were talking about voice actors.
He likes his Star Wars too.
He does. He likes the Star Wars, but it was just hilarious because he was like, "Yeah, I know Mark Hamill as the Joker," and then it's like his affiliation to like Luke Skywalker is like second to him, and I was sitting there, I'm like, Luke Skywalker is like first on the Mark Hamill list, then it's the Joker, then it's everything else that he's done. But yeah, James Earl Jones is, I think, of Mr. Myrtle. Mr. Myrtle and Darth Vader are like up there, tied right now. And then I've got Mufasa, and then I've got him in King Jaffa in freaking Coming to America.
There's so many people that associate characters with movies that like other people don't. Like we were talking this the other day. I don't care who the actor is. If he's in the Goonies and you mention him, it's the Goonies for me. Like I just don't care. Like no matter what they are in, people always are like, "You mean Short Round?" I'm like, "You mean Data?" Like Data is the one. Like it's not Short Round. Screw Indiana Jones. It's Data.
So he's not Samwise Gamgee to you.
Yeah, no, he's not.
That was a man.
It's Mikey, Chunk, Mouth, Sloth, and Data.
Somebody
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
they always see that post. It's like, oh man, that's Bob from the Stranger Things. I'm like, Samwise Gamgee did not walk into Mordor to be known as Bob.
You're gonna hate me on this. I'm not a huge fan of Lord of the Rings.
Oh man,
I think it's
I
hilarious.
think you're
though,
our
that
first. Not a Lord of the Rings fan.
It's
Been on the
huge.
show.
I'm a huge castle builder. I'm a huge castle guy. I love medieval stuff. But Lord of the Rings to me is like watching a 9-hour portion where people are walking the entire fucking time.
Oh, you should watch it with my dad. My dad's over there like, what's that movie with the trees walking forever? They're like, ooh. I'm like, oh my god, it's the Two Towers, Dad. It's
Like people talk about all the time. Like you can hate me if you want, but there's so many more movies that have that fantasy aspect to it that are better. Lord of the Rings has its lore. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm probably losing followers immediately by saying this, but like it's just one of those things that I've never. Now The Hobbit is a totally different story. I love The Hobbit, but when it comes to Lord of the Rings itself, to me, I think that they done too much.
okay. I can respect
like-
the opinion. You know, hey.
And like it's. I know it doesn't have to do with the same stuff, but it's a shittier version of Game of Thrones.
So, what's your go-to castle movie?
Oh man, are we talking like comedy or?
I mean, it could be the Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
No, I would put Army of Darkness above that.
Okay.
I'm a huge horror fan. When it comes to straight like castle movies, oh god, I don't like. I would have to see a list of what is considered a medieval movie.
Oh man,
Gosh, so many good ones. If I had to go outside Lord of the Rings, where I see Return of the King,
Not like the
Battle of
Black Knight.
Pelennor, that's always going to be up there. The Black Knight is a good one.
I mean, are you like also talking like Romans times,
Roman, any of them, any
'Cause you got
movie
Troy.
with castles.
Immortals? I mean, technically, that's not really medieval.
Immortals, like I was excited for it, and then I was like, they were just throwing all the myths right out the window. I'm a big mythology fan, and I was like, "This is so inaccurate." To
Have you watched the new show of For Those About to Die on Peacock?
I need to start it. I'm behind, like 2 episodes behind on the Rings of Power.
So there's
And
only
then,
a
like-
couple of the characters from like mythology that I know like well enough to know, and there's a character that doesn't really last that long in the show, but his name is Hermes.
Okay.
And they kind of do it to where once you watch it, you'll have to give me your take on it, but it's almost like he has the characteristic of Hermes without like the like devilness of it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pretty good show. It's like a Lord of the Rings in Roman times without the dragons and the fantasy stuff. It's more of a Rome coming into
Interesting.
basically building a coliseum so they can hold the people at bay from rioting because they don't have certain things. So it's kind of like, well, I cannot give you food for a week and let you starve as long as I show you people killing themselves every day in in war.
Yeah.
But it's
I'll have
really
to check that out. And then I wanted to see, they just came out with that movie on Netflix, A Chaos Theory, I think it's called, with like the gods of Olympus.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
My mom sent it to me. She's like, "You'd like this because you like the mythology." I was like, "All right." What do you think of Gladiator 2 since it's vastly approaching?
I don't know. It's so once again, I have conversations constantly with people, and we were talking the other day. I have a feeling that it's going to be one of those things that there's very few movies that have sequels, especially years later, that are good.
Yeah.
The Goonies is one of my favorite movies, and I just found out the other day that like they've released the information that they're coming out with the Goonies 2. The plot's there, and they're using all the characters that they can from the first one. So I am not mad about it, and the plot's actually pretty sweet. It's do you know the movie pretty well, like the original one? So Mikey is basically having hardship, just like his parents did in the first one. He's friends with, like, they say he's friends with one of the characters from there. The other two are kind of distant. He gets a hold of them and he's like, "Hey, look, you want to go on an adventure? I need something to do in my life. I'm bored, and I've stuck a bunch of the jewels that we took from One-Eyed Willie's pirate ship. We need to go get them." I hit them, and it's about the adventure of them going there to get it. So maybe because I think that them using the original characters is smart, because I've heard things like they're apparently doing a Terminator 7, and they've put John Cena as one of the characters in it. They're doing they're redoing Ghost, and instead of Patrick Swayze, it's fucking Channing Tatum. So I was like, why are you doing these movies? Like, there is no one asking for
Hollywood is running out of ideas because Hollywood's running out of ideas, and not only that, they're turning everything into a TV series. Everything's becoming a TV series.
My brother let me know. He said, "Be prepared for Beetlejuice they're making a sequel to make a sequel."
Well, see,
He's
that's
like,
another one. I've heard really bad things about that.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hearing they're literally like, "Let's make money off of this movie because it's a cult classic." And you're just like, God. It's kind of okay, like this Mufasa movie. Why are we getting a prequel about Mufasa that nobody asked for?
I've got an even another thing to add on to that. Disney is like one of the biggest producers, and like they have all the money. Why does this CGI movie look like shit compared to like Jungle Book? Like, they can nail CGI animals. Don't lie and say you can't. You can. We've seen it. You literally do CGI. You've got freaking Marvel. Like, everything in any of the Marvel movies looks real. How did you screw this up to make it look so fake?
I think it's rush production.
Yeah.
There's some movies out there that have been rushed out for production just so that they can just start. Here's a product. We don't think you'll notice the inefficiencies. People will buy into it because it's Disney. But then,
like Super just said, that's another really good thing to look at, is that how many you watch a movie, it grabs you, you like it. Everyone in our ages grew up on Lion King, so you are waiting for this. And how many people are going to look past the fact that it's a crappy movie because they're getting a fulfillment of X?
True. When that Jungle Book movie came out a few years ago, when they revamped it with the live action, I saw it a couple times. I thought it was hella good.
That's a really, but they didn't change anything.
They didn't change anything. I mean, they incorporated more of the law of the jungle, which I liked. Like, okay, maybe the elephants weren't talking and stuff like that, but the elephants were like beast of the.
They made it more PG-13 in my opinion, but they did the exact same thing with the Lion King. Why this one?
Unpopular opinion: I did not like Beyonce in the Lion King. When you're supposed to be singing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight," it's supposed to be like this give and take song, and it's just her like screaming over Donald Glover. I'm like, is it really a duet, or is it Beyonce featuring Donald Glover?
Dude, I agree on that one. I remember watching The Lion King. I was like, oh, this is so nostalgic. Just hearing Hakuna Matata, hearing James Earl Jones, of course, play his role as Mufasa, because you can't replace James Earl Jones as Mufasa. It's just wrong.
Well, that's another thing too. Is like, how do you put yourself in his shoes? You get a call one day. It's Disney. You pick your phone up, and they're like, "We're doing another live action of Lion King, or we're doing a live action of Lion King. We need you to do the roles again." Like, he had to be excited to do that. I don't care how old you are.
Have you guys seen the Big Bang Theory episode with him?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
That's how I picture him with things. Do you like Star Wars? I like it too.
So I watch a podcast that has really nothing to do with anything weird, the Lego community, but it's guys that are amazingly funny. They all get along, and they were talking about kind of what you're saying, characters that are in their characters. Yeah. And Henry Cavill always comes up as being somebody. Apparently, he went to New York City, where they had the joke was you can't tell the difference between Superman and Clark Kent because he's got on glasses. He stood in front of a 20-foot poster of Superman and put on glasses, and instead of stood up straight, kind of slunched a little bit, and no one recognized him.
Didn't he have a Superman t-shirt on too? Like, he was wearing the full-blown t-shirt with the crest on it, glasses, the whole hair was made up, hunched over. Nobody got it. Nobody got a whiff.
Because the same thing happened. Well, it wasn't the same thing, but years ago, back whenever Tom Holland first took over Spider-Man, he dressed in the Spider-Man outfit and went to California at Beverly Hills and walked down the strip and talked to people. And he finally, like, some people were freaking out because they were meeting Spider-Man, didn't know it was him. And when they went to go take the picture, he like ripped the mask off and stuck his face in between them. And they freaked.
Did you see the one where Mark Hamill dressed up as a stormtrooper walked down the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
I didn't see that.
Mark Hamill dresses up as a stormtrooper. Let me see if I can find it. Mark Hamill. He dresses up as a stormtrooper and walks around Hollywood, basically just taking photos with everyone. And he's just posing, being undercover. Let me see if I'll just pop it up really quick. And it is hilarious because he's just walking around being the nerd right here.
Technically, he was a stormtrooper.
He was very short. He was just a short stormtrooper.
Except he's taller than Jango Fett and majority of these guys.
But yeah, he's just on Hollywood Boulevard taking photos with a lot of people. And I think there was one point where they were like, all right, let's take a picture. Takes off his helmet. Everyone freaks out. It's like, oh my God.
I've always so I go to Disney once every other year.
Yeah.
And I'm just like waiting till like one of the characters actually be the character.
Disney World is just not as lucky as California to get the real people. So we were there last July, and the only famous person I have ever seen in Disney World was the guy who's in that movie with Blake Lively right now, Justin Beldroni, was there with his family, and Jenny's like, "That's the guy you don't like from Jane the Virgin," and I was like, "Oh." Of course, my wife will notice. She will notice anybody in a crowd. She's like, and I'm like,
oh God, we were. I was at Epcot with I was at Epcot with my wife, and we were walking around, and we started hearing people playing on the drums in like the African section of Epcot. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Someone's playing drums. Then I heard some screaming. I was like, who the fuck are they screaming for? I look over and it's the guy from. So the actor's name is Anthony Ramos, and he was on Hamilton. And then he was in the most recent Transformers. He was in the Transformers movie, Rise of the Beast, and then of course he was in the Twisters movie. But he was standing there, and I looked over at my wife, and my wife's a huge Hamilton fan. I'm like, "Don't you know that guy?" And she goes from tan to pale instantly, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Oh, cool, let's go get a picture with him." She's like, "No." Like, don't get a picture. I was like, why not? I walked up there, shook his hand, was like, what's up, dude? Love your work. I think you're amazing. Here's my wife. She wants to say hi. She's like, hi. I really like what you do. I'm like, just take a picture with him really quick and let's get the hell out of here because he's got shit he's got to do.
My wife's like the exact opposite. She'll just run up to someone and be like, "Oh my god, you're you. How are you doing? What did you do today? Are you having fun today?" And I'm like, "Calm down." So she's a huge Disney fan. We're actually going in October for Halloween and Christmas. So we'll be there for Halloween and November to where they do the Christmas. And we're going to be there for a week and a half. And
so jealous right now.
We were joking because I've taught her somewhat of Star Wars. I can't get her to actually sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
But it's always like one of those things where the non-fans have like the funniest shit happen to them. We're walking around and thing popped up, come meet Vader. You're not going to say no to that.
No.
So I don't know if y'all have done that or not, but it's like you sit there, you wait for the door to open, you go behind it. We sit there, the door opens, it's our turn, we walk through, the door shuts, and you hear like the Imperial March coming on, and it's like people are walking. Another door in front of you opens, and Vader like is walking towards you. Vader is like walking towards us. Now, mind you, this guy is like 7 foot tall in this costume. She's 5'6" on a good day. He walks up to me and immediately just like turns and stares at her, and he's like, "You smell like rebel scum." And he looked at me and he was like, "But I can tell the hate is with you." And like she gets to the point where like she's about to cry because she has no idea what's going on. She's scared to death. So you like walk a little forward, go to this place, and like get these pictures with him. And we got like 4 pictures made. They're fucking hilarious because I'm like grinning from ear to ear like I'm a freaking 3-year-old, and she looks like she just had like the worst panic attack of her life.
I am 100% all for the character photos.
Oh my god!
Dude, we had. First time I've ever been to Disney. She's been to Disney once before. She was a little kid. I enjoy this much more as an adult than I think any kid would. I don't care what you say. Disney is not for kids. We went. She is a huge Winnie the Pooh person.
Oh, nice.
We stand in line. We see that Winnie the Pooh is out there with Tigger meeting people. It's a line that you walk up, come back around, go back and forth, and then you meet them. We make it 2/3 of the way there, about a little less than or a little more than halfway. They throw up a sign. Pooh's got to go, do things. He'll be back in a little bit. We wait 35 minutes. He comes back with Tigger. The line moves a little bit, and it only moves about a half of what it was. Throw up the sign again. She's like at a level 5 pissed. So we walk off. Everyone walks off. We're standing there. We see that maybe an hour and a half later, we rode a ride or something. He's back in line. We jump in line, which is longer than it was to begin with the first time. Make it about 2/3 of the way. He leaves. She waits. We make it all the way up to where there's like 3 people in front of us, and he leaves. Now she's at like a level 8. And it's hilarious because I am watching an adult get mad that they are not meeting Winnie the Pooh. And so she's like, I'm fucking waiting it out. Like these little kids are looking at her, just like drop F bombs after F bomb, and their moms are like just looking at her. And finally, see Tigger come around the corner. No Winnie the Pooh. She is now at like level 13. I'm like, somebody's getting hit here.
Oh my god!
We get like second to the next person going, and here comes Winnie the Pooh around the corner. We meet Winnie the Pooh. We go up there. She's taking pictures. We take pictures with him and Tigger. Me and Tigger step back, and the like person in the Tigger costume is laughing. And I'm like, dude, you don't have any idea how excited she is. And like the person in the costume just like swings this big Tigger head, and he was like, "Oh, I can tell." Right back into character.
So here's what you should do next time: surprise her with a reservation to the Crystal Palace.
Homie. Day two, we're there, 8:30.
I was gonna say it's cheaper for breakfast / brunch,
Well,
so skip dinner because dinner is so damn pricey.
We bought the dinner plan this year. Like it's an expensive trip. I'm not even gonna lie. Like we're $5,000 in. You
should check to see the Disney credit card if you open it up and spend $1,000. It gives you a discount, or if you spend enough on the tickets, the annual park ticket thing is worth it, because then you also get food discounts, concessions, merchandise. I was a AP last year. With
what we were doing, nothing was you could have saved a little bit, but you would have had to do more in other scenarios. So it's really we're kind of just there. I'm hoping that right now apparently Disney has like the lowest of the low for like the last 2 years, and I'm hoping they throw a discount out, because if they throw a discount out, you can call and they'll just apply it to your. Yeah. So I'm hoping something enrolls. But yeah, we're doing the dinner plan. Not last year, but the year before last when we went, we ate with the Belle and the Beast.
Okay,
nice.
This is really cool.
The Be Our Guest one in the back.
Yeah, and that
was cool.
The food, she didn't like the food, but like the whole experience was cool as hell, because we actually sat in the room with the Rose and the Thunder, and we didn't sit out in the main hall.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
And then this year we're doing what's the restaurant called? The Yak and Yeti, where you meet the Safari, Mickey, Goofy, and Donald.
Okay.
Is that an Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's one of the parks that I haven't gone to yet in a while. The last time I went to Disney was maybe like 2 years ago. God, 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. I went twice in the same year because I wanted to go to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios was the big thing I wanted to go to. But they weren't doing photographs at the time, so I couldn't get a photo with Darth. I was pissed because I was looking for it too, and I was like, "Oh yeah, cool, I'll get a photo." They're like, "No, you can't do that." And I was like, "Why?" They're like, "COVID restrictions." I'm like, "That's such bullshit." You have everyone here. But I still got to build my lightsaber and my droid, so I was peachy. I was happy with that.
2 years ago when we went, I didn't do the lightsaber because I didn't really care to at the time. I wanted to buy the Vader one, which I ended up getting. And stupid enough, we were checking what was going on while we were there on our phones. There was an opening at the cantina. We walked in the cantina, and I was like, holy crap, there's a lot of people in here. And we walked out not knowing how hard it is to get in there. This year, I've already reserved the lightsaber, reserved the cantina, and we are spending pretty much a whole day in just the, what's it called?
Galaxy's Edge?
Galaxy's Edge, yeah.
Did you get do you have your magic band? Are you doing the bounty hunting when you're there?
I thought about that because I didn't know about it last year until it was like too late. We watched this like kid walk up to the door, scan his magic band, and watch the thing go down. And apparently it, changes with what level you are. Or how many points you get. And I didn't know that. I don't know what he was at. So we're probably going to do that this year. I will tell you that the funniest thing, and I've said this so many times, I will always you love your wife for certain things. This boosted it. It put it to that next level. We are all walking around Disney. We pretty much do most days we stay in one park the entire day, like open to close. We shut it down every day.
Yeah.
We were sitting there. We're getting out. I just bought the Vader's lightsaber. I didn't want to carry it around the whole day. They tell me if I can do whatever I want to with it, put it back in the box, give it to them. They'll ship it for me, so I ain't got to carry it around because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to fly back with it. So I get this Vader's lightsaber. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I attached the blade, haven't turned it on or know nothing like that. And like I said, my wife's knowledge of Star Wars is very, very low. And we walk outside and it's like 9 o'clock at night in October. It's pitch black. It might have been like 8 o'clock, but it's dark. All these kids and people are running around with like blue lightsabers and green lightsabers and like white lightsabers. And she's like, you have to do it. And I was like, what? She was like, they're kids. Turn yours on. So like you just see like in this crowd of red and green and white, just this red blade come out. The only thing I wish you would have done is videotape it.
That's the content right there, though.
That's the whole Master Skywalker. What are we to do? Or there's too many. What are we to do? And then you just sitting there. Oh, that would have been sick. Oh,
so this year, if we can, I'm gonna do the lightsaber. We ended up a buddy of mine who is a huge Disney goer, like multiple times a year, told us this. I guess you could call it like a hack, if you will. They go every week. You might not gonna notice $25 out of a paycheck every week. So every week when they go to the grocery store, they buy a $25 gift card. That way, when you get to Disney, you have X amount of money. Well, me and my wife agreed on doing it to where she does 25, I do 25, and we use that money when we get there to do things. You have to, when you reserve the lightsaber build, you have to pay for that out of pocket. You can't use your gift cards. You can't pay for it while you're there. So I've already paid for that. And if it tells you anything, we have over $2,000 in gift cards with people buying us like Christmas presents and stuff like that. Because this has been planned since last year, right before Christmas.
Nice.
So
have you bought the gift cards yet?
Yeah, we have them.
I was gonna say Costco sells them. So what you can do with Disney gift cards is you can combine them on Disney's website.
Yeah, I have all that done.
You can buy them for 5 to 10% off, I think, in between Costco and Sam's Club. So like a $500 gift card is only going to cost like $480. So I've done that where I've kind of stocked up on that.
Well, I will ask y'all this question. So I'm an original trilogy guy, but I have really loved what I've learned about the Clone Wars, other than like episodes 2 and 3. And don't record that. Delete that part out of here because I don't need people finding that out. I've been
like revenge.
So like the funny thing is after the Battle of the Bulge mock, I have a Star Wars mock planned, and I've said what I've said about it. Nothing's hidden about it. A buddy of mine was like, you're going to populate this with what kind of figs? And I was like, well, all the Jedi and all the Sith in this are going to be made up by me. I don't want them all to be canon characters, just because when you do stuff like that, it just leaves too many people going, oh, well, he wasn't there at a certain time. And my buddy was like, well, you're doing Coruscant. Are you going to have like clones there? Because I know you don't really like clones. And I was like, I have an army of like 650 of them. And he was like, do what? He was like, you don't like clones like that? I was like, yeah. I was like, I've been buying them while nobody's been paying attention.
Listen, you can get so many clone packs for discount at Target, like Christmas time.
And then when there's 2 targets around me, whenever they dropped the Republic fighter, the fighter tank with the 187th and Mace Windu in it, they dropped it to $25. I went to both of them, bought every single one they had. It's not going to look too correct, but I'm not really worried about that. I don't want them to be like way over detailed.
Yeah. When
the Snowtrooper packs dropped to $11.99, I bought 29 of them, 30 of them, and I already had some, so I have like 35 in total. How many ever else you got to have to fill up the UCS AT-AT?
Yeah.
And I have a Clone Army Customs helmet for just about every one of those. I have right at 25 501st battle packs. I have 30 332nd battle packs, and the new Phase 2, I'm at 10 so far.
Okay.
Plus, I've been buying Coruscant guards and the Coruscant gunships every time I see one that's like discounted at all.
Dude,
Nice.
that is sick.
So I gotta see that now. I gotta see that like fully built out.
It's going to be pretty crazy. I've tried not to. I'm one of those type of people where you can like, I don't know if I have autism, but like it's one of those things where I've started like hearing people talk about it and I'm like, damn it, that's me. But like I'll start a project and go completely into it like 100%. And then the minute some other idea gets on my mind, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. So like I did the castle for 2 years and I was planning on doing Star Wars, and I had an idea of doing this World War II for the 80th year of the Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah.
And I had too much support that for me to say no behind it. So I've agreed to it, and I want to do it as a pure respect thing too. Like there was nobody, I don't care if you went to Iraqi war. I mean, don't get me wrong, I care, but you don't know what it was like back then. Nobody does. So I want to do it pure out of respect of that. And I want to do it bigger and better than anybody's ever done it. So that's the goal. And now that I'm doing that, it's really fun, but I still have this Star Wars thing on the back of my mind. Like it is killing me. I want to make a video so bad of me opening up all these and building them and just base plating them out. But I'm holding back. I've got to wait. I have a feeling that'll be the first episode of me doing.
You gotta be strong, man.
Yeah,
Punch yourself like, no, stay down for now.
Yeah,
I can just see him just sitting there as he's building up the Battle of the Bulge mock, just smack himself in the face. Whoo! We were about to lose it there. Glad we didn't make that change.
Start putting it together, shaking like looking.
It's like you're there with a box about to rip it open. You're like, oh my god!
I thought about doing a parry video, but I don't think it would be like the parody of it would be funny, but I don't know if it'd be a video or like a short. But like me snapping pieces together for Battle of the Bulge, but like constantly in the background somewhere there being like a battle pack hid. And tying a string, like putting a piece of string and a tape to it. And as I'm like building, have my wife pull the string so it falls. So I'm like, it's just like constantly on different areas around down here.
Oh, dude, you could totally align the Jaws theme with that. Just have it as you're building your mock, just a box coming out over.
Well, see, if I was gonna do that, though, I'm gonna do the Imperial. I mean, not the Imperial, but the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I dropped a reel in a short yesterday or 2 days before that, and it's of like what I've got done with the Battle of the Bulge, but it's to the Clone Army march, and nobody's commented on it yet. So I don't know if they just don't get it or what.
Every time you kind of lean to the side, I'm like, I feel like Commander Cody's staring right at you right now, right behind your head there.
There's a Black Series 332nd helmet staring at me right there, like the big one.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Oh man, I've got.
But what I was gonna say is, so I don't know how I got off onto that, but I'm going.
That's what usually happens on here. It is what it is.
I'm going to Disney. I'm going to build my own lightsaber, hands down, whatever. But I want to buy another one. What should I buy?
You want to buy You want to buy like a legacy lightsaber?
Yeah, like the Vader.
What's the new one that just came out?
Vader's the only one I have, mind you. I don't have.
So I personally have not gotten a legacy lightsaber while I was there. I just went ahead and built one. Jake, I think you built one too, didn't you?
I built one and it ended up coming out looking like Luke's.
Well, that's because you got the Peace and Justice one.
That's because Luke's my guy. That was what I was gonna say. Was who's your favorite Jedi?
Well, see, when it comes to Jedi, they don't have mine. That's Mace Windu.
I bet you're gonna get a purple crystal then when you get in there.
I don't. But so wait, when you buy one, I know it comes with the blade that no matter what, it turns the color of the legacy lightsaber.
Well, they give you they'll have you pick your colored crystal. They'll give you like the 6 options, and you say, okay, I want the green. That will go in the tube.
But that's only on the make your own, right?
Yeah.
But I thought you had a chance to get a black one.
So when you go to Savi's workshop, you build your lightsaber hilt out of 4 different choices, which you pick when you get there to check in, and you get given a pin, you get given your card, and then boom, you go in there and you're building that specific hilt because they have limited supply when you get there, and depending on what time you go. Then there is Doc Ondar's. Doc Ondar's, you get to buy everything else, like the Legacy lightsabers. You can buy a Sith holocron, a Jedi holocron, and that's where you can buy kyber crystals. All the Jedi ones, you get the white, the yellow, the purple, the green, the blue. They're all there. When you go to the Sith one, you have all the red, but then you basically have to randomly pick. It's like getting the hidden minifigures. You basically got to pick one up.
Well, someone told me that they're hid in the red ones.
Yeah, they're all hidden in the red ones.
But what are my chances? Like, am I going to buy 10 and be mad?
I'll say this. I bought like 5 of them. I bought like 5 or 6 of them because I said to myself, if I get a red kyber crystal, I'm going to give it to a friend. I'm going to give it to friends because I don't need a bunch of them. And out of those 6, there was all red, no black whatsoever.
So here's what I don't understand. I just went to eBay, and it looks like you can get it for like $30, but there's one on here for $300. There's one on here for $270. There's one on here for $180.
Because it's very seldom that you see them out because they don't make it to where, oh yeah, I could pick this one up and here's a black kyber crystal. It's hidden because, like the last red one that I bought, it was a red shell. It was barely see-through. And then when you crack it open, there's like a black piece of paper to actually hide the color of the crystal.
How much are they?
How much were they? Like $12-13 a crystal?
I think so.
I think they were like $12-13 a crystal.
So if I'm able, so you let me know information I didn't know before. If I'm able to just to pick a purple one, I'll build one, pick a purple one, and then go in there and buy at least a red one. Yeah. I might buy 3 and just see what happens. But if they're that rare to come across, I mean, I highly doubt I'm going to get one. I don't have luck like that.
So I will. So this is what
use the Force. Let it guide you.
I know, right? You could do this and have a little fun with the people who work at Doc Ondar's. Ask which one has see which one has the better Force capability and have them pick one for you. I'd still go in there and pick one myself. But when my wife and we built lightsabers, she got a green crystal. I went ahead and got purple because I was like, I'm gonna get purple because Mace is my favorite character also, underneath Darth Vader. But then I was like, I could buy the red crystal, I could buy a blue one, I could buy a yellow one and a white one at the store because they don't do the white and the yellow ones at the lightsaber building. You get a choice between 4: purple, green, red, and blue. And you'll go through that whole experience. You'll want to video that for yourself.
Well, I'll have my wife video me
because it's I think fun. Jake and I got like we got the series 1 of the lightsaber hilts. They came out with the second series of lightsaber hilts after a while because they changed everything.
If I buy a legacy, honestly, what I might buy, it will probably be Ahsoka's.
That's fair.
Ahsoka's is dope. Now, are you going to get Ahsoka Clone Wars or Ahsoka?
Clone Wars.
Okay.
And I really kind of like the Darth Maul one's cool, but the problem with the Darth Maul one is it's double everything. And you have to buy the connecting piece to go in the middle of it, which I think total that lightsaber comes out to be like $600 and something. I think the one that I'm gonna buy, if they don't have an Ahsoka one, and I'm not really sure why my choice is there, but is a Dooku.
Oh, that'd be
dope. The Dooku looks pretty dope.
Yeah, like the curved handle is real slick.
So I don't like
Luke's amazing.
Luke's looks too normal.
Luke is just my guy.
I've been told. I can look it up while I'm on here actually because I've been told they have one, and I don't know what the Sith is, but it's really cool looking. Like it has spikes on it.
Let me see if I can find this YouTube video. Because there is there was a video of Legacy lightsabers, Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, and the other thing that I 100% am going to buy while I'm there, I've already planned it, done. I've already got the money to decide. Is when you're there, they sell the Black Series helmets that are like exclusive, and they have a 187th Clone Trooper helmet.
They have a lot of awesome stuff at Doc Ondar's. Like, not only can you get like lightsabers, holocrons, and crystals, but you can also get clothing. You can get clothing. You can get jewelry. You could definitely get like little statues, and little totems. So
they have right now what they're showing online is Mace, Skywalker, and Vader. They have the Obi-Wan. They have the Ahsoka dual ones. They have the Sidious.
There we go. So this was. God, is this Galaxy's Edge in California or in Florida? This one almost looks like this is Florida. I could be wrong. Who knows? Yeah, the guy's pretty much showing Dooku's lightsabers available. Kylo Ren's lightsabers there. Vader.
I don't really. Kylo is one of those characters. Yeah.
Plo Koon's Kanan Jarrus is also in there as well, which is pretty dope. Outfitters, Creature Stall, Toydarian.
God, I just keep looking at that helmet, and I'm pretty sure this is Disney's website. I could just use one of those gift cards to buy that helmet now.
Oh, I forgot they had the new holocrons. I've definitely got to go back there because they brought out new holocrons, and they look dope as hell.
The other thing which was really cool seeing there is I don't know who all collects them or what, but like the Black Series figures.
Oh yeah,
they have some really cool ones there. I've kept up with all the ones that come out here locally.
Oh, here it is. You can get this while you're there.
What is that?
It's a Cantono.
You could put your weed in it.
You can put whatever you want in it. That's not illegal, Jake. Yeah, dude, I've got a lot of stuff from there. Heck, I think all my kyber crystals are in here. Hoping nothing drops out of here. Gonna be very embarrassed. Yeah, because I went there and I was like, screw this. I'm spending all my money. But yeah, like. Ah! Wait, did I not open this yet? I'm gonna be shocked if I didn't open this.
Oh, are you about to open one right now?
Hold on, wait a minute. Did I open?
We have a live unboxing.
Yeah, I'm texting a picture to my wife of this 187th helmet.
Oh no, I opened this one. I was like, wait a minute. Oh my god. But yeah, I know they changed up the kyber crystal. They changed it up a little bit.
Do the people that work there know which one's the black ones?
Probably not.
No. But hold on. Here is.
Did you just partially open it and then not?
No, it was a red one.
Okay.
It was already opened. That's an Ewok pin. There's a pin that you get. Oh, here it is. Here's mine. That is my pin that I got from building a lightsaber at Savi's workshop. So
is it like a Disney pin?
No, it's a Disney pin in a sense. So basically, what they want you to do is whenever you check in for your lightsaber build, they will give you a pin and they will give you a card. The card is basically just for transactional purposes, but the pin is to basically show on your person. So that way, whenever one of the Savi's workshop members comes around to look at which one you have, they know what tray to give you full of parts. And then here's a pommel that I got for it.
That's pretty cool.
It's a Rancor pommel. It's dope as hell. Dude, it makes my lightsaber heavy as shit though.
I just recently at Brix, Virginia.
Oh, you just bought a Rancor.
I bought the whole pit.
I almost wanted to get a Rancor.
As of right now, might sound a little bad because of like how much people know that they're worth. There's not a Star Wars character out there that I don't have that I want. That isn't the new. I want them, and I don't know why I haven't bought them, but I have none of the new anniversary set. I really wanted the Malgus, but I don't want to buy the R2D2. I have like the other two that they've done, and I'm really waiting for them to like drop price on Bricklink.
I've got 3 of them right now.
I want to get the oh, which one was it?
The Darth Maul one came out of the book.
Yeah.
But the Darth Maul one isn't a part of it, is it?
I mean, kind of, and then kind of not. Like, if you actually move his cape up, there is a 25 years printed on his back. So he's kind of part of it, and then he's kind of not. Like,
if you get the Rebuild the Galaxy Millennium Falcon, the dark side one.
Yeah. I need to get that. It's illegal where I am. It's not illegal where I am. Oops. Freaking Supa. I love her. But I'll snap another. I gotta watch another golf video later on today. See, this is what happens. I'm practicing. Dude, my dad gave me golf clubs, and if my brother-in-law and my sister are watching right now, I'm practicing to get better because every time I play golf, it's like a game of whack fuck for me.
Yeah.
Whack!
Got the fuck out of it.
Well, no, I'll just whack the crap out of it, and I'll just say fuck right at the end.
Just Happy Gilmore it, man. Just
Dude, I tried doing that, and I missed so bad. I turned like a carousel. I charged up, took a swing, missed completely, and I turned my body at full 360. Walked back, threw my club in the thing. I was like, not doing that again. And I think I just got enough wind just on the side of the ball to where it just like ploop, fell right over. But no, oh my god.
Damn, that Darth Maul that's in that book is $30 now.
Yep.
yeah.
It'll go up as the years go by.
Yeah.
Because that book is nowhere. Oh, I was lucky to find that book. Because I think I went on, where the hell did I go? I think I went on Amazon and found the book for like $25. And this was when it first came out. And I was like, it can't be that hard to get the book. All the books for the Lego Star Wars like encyclopedia or catalog, it was ridiculous. I think some of those books were going for $40-$50.
Yeah.
And that was just because of the minifig. And that was what they were tagging it as, was the minifigure. And then they were selling the book without the fig for $15-$20. So the figure is very expensive, or it's getting up there.
I'm looking now to see what the other figures are on Bricklink.
But you know, Have you bought any? So have you bought any sets from the September releases? Or
No, I've kind of gotten out of buying Lego sets until they go on sale.
okay,
I just the builds are cool and you learn a lot of cool build techniques, but they just don't do it for me anymore.
that's fair. Yeah, no, God, I think I told Jake this. I was like the last set that I bought was the Dreams C Rex set. And I still need to do a video about building that because I was going to build it the first way, or I was going to build it the uncommon way, and then I was going to build it the most common directive, which was building it as a pterodactyl first and then build it as its T-Rex form.
I think I have I bought the last wave of like Jurassic Park. I haven't opened any of them. I've got 2 Coruscant gunships. I haven't opened them. I have a whole bunch of Harry Potter sets that keep going on clearance. I buy one of them.
Oh, this is going back to the conversation that we were having earlier about your wife being a huge fan of Winnie the Pooh. I went to a Comic-Con. What the hell was it? I went to a Comic-Con like last week of August, or not last week of August, but a couple weeks out of August. And they had Peter Cullen there who voiced Optimus Prime. So I said, screw it. Let me get it signed.
It's pretty cool.
But, the one thing that a lot of people don't know that he did was he did the voice of Eeyore when he was younger. And I got my sister. My sister's she's a big Piglet fan. But I was like, screw it. The voice of Eeyore's here. I'm going to get her a card signed by Eeyore. And it was hilarious.
The shelf that like you see this,
yeah,
the shelf that's up has 7 different seven of the same Duplo Winnie the Pooh figures on it. So every time we go to a Lego convention, we buy every Duplo Pooh she can. I don't know what she's doing with them, but we have them all. We have Tigger, Piglet, the whole Eeyore, the whole crew, plus the set.
Yeah, no, I wish I had gotten the Winnie the Pooh idea set before it retired.
I had Lego screwed up with that. They sent me 2.
Lego screwed up with that? Lucky. You want to sell one?
I already sold it. I opened it one day. Haley started building it, and like 2 days later, I got a Lego package, and Haley was like, "Why did you buy 2 separate packages? Was there like some gift with purchase you got 2 of?" I was like, "I didn't order a package, babe." And she's like, "Don't lie to me. There's a Lego package here." I was like, "Didn't order it." And she like opened it. It was Winnie the Pooh, and she's like, "Why did you buy another one? We have one. Are you trying to like double it and make it bigger?" I'm like, "Didn't buy that."
I swear.
Yeah, I was like,
I swear I didn't buy it.
So I showed her like, and I looked. I never purchased it. I ended up. Yeah, I sold it to a buddy.
That would have been great, though. That would have been great. Oh.
Actually, if not only did I do that, whenever I heard they were retiring, I think I bought one brand new for like $45.
Okay.
And sold that to another buddy.
Nice. See if I can find it. There are so many. God, Star Wars sets are coming out the wild. Up.
But see, that's the thing, though. I don't give a crap about the sets. I just want the fig. And there's normally like 1 or 2 figs in the set that I want.
Now, see, that's the good point about it. Now, for me, I think it's like I want to collaborate the collection together in its own little thing. Like I want to get the C-3PO buildable. Because the R2-D2 that they came out with for this year is the appropriate size. But then
you got to get the Chewbacca too.
See, I thought about the Chewbacca, but I was just like, I don't know if.
So you're not a completionist, then you're not a completionist.
But Chewie looks so fucking ugly.
like these, I have every single one.
The helmet,
including the exclusive Leia.
But see, here's the thing, though. Whenever you think of a dynamic duo, you think Han and Chewie and R2 and C-3PO. You don't
I think of
an iconic
Anakin and
picture?
Padme.
I mean, there's that too. I think of Anakin and Padme. I think of
Or
Captain Rex and
Jabba
Sith.
and Leia. I mean,
Yeah, if you're thinking of duos, yeah. But I don't know. I looked at because my friend, him and his kid built the huge Chewbacca, and I asked him, I was like, was it worth it? And he was like, honestly, if you're a big Star Wars fan, I would opt in for it. But if you are a Star Wars fan, but particular about how you collect, I don't know if it's something that you want to add. And I'm like,
that's the thing though with Star Wars and Lego. You have to figure out there's multiple Lego themes. But
Yeah.
I am a firm believer that into Star Wars itself, there's multiple themes. You have the sets, which are normal, like the Playscale Millennium Falcon, all the little battle packs and stuff like that. Then you have the UCS sets, which are like the giant, and then you have the whatever they're doing at the time with the collectible series. Like right now is the MIDI scale. Yeah, right now is the MIDI scale. Before that, it was the helmets. And I'm a firm believer that the helmets did way better than the MIDI scales ever thought about doing. And from what I've found online, I don't know how true it is, but they're coming back out with the helmets.
Because I feel like there's more helmets to do.
Well, the picture I seen was a mock of. Well, I mean, it could have been the real Lego one. I guess it was a blurred image that you could see, but it was a Grievous, and I was like, why didn't they do that to begin with?
That one should have come out, but I wonder if it's going to be like
Now, see, there was a couple of Grievous. Like I've seen the Grievous one, and it was on Amazon that they were selling it. Amazon had created a Grievous bust, and it looked really great, like scary as can be. But I think the one bust that I would have actually wouldn't have mind to have seen was 3PO. Like, I think 3PO as a bust would have been a really good one to work with, just because we've got a bust of a Dark Trooper on there, and that's a droid. Like, put 3PO. You did a nice buildable, which is great, but throw in his head.
There's a bunch I think that they could have done, and I hope they will do. I've thought about often just going to like Rebrickable and buying people's instructions to build some of the other ones, like especially when it comes to like turning these clones into different legions.
Yeah,
I also would really like for them, and just like you're saying, C3PO. I really wish they would have an AT-AT driver.
Yeah,
just because they have the clone pilot, they're not too far. I mean, the TIE fighter pilot, they're not too far off.
Yeah.
And there's a huge quantity of like different sand blue parts now, so there's no reason why they couldn't.
Exactly. The one that I really did find interest in, the one I think would make a really good collection to the helmets edition, would be the Bad Batch helmets.
Yeah, but I don't know if they would. I mean, that's 5 helmets that would be easy to knock out.
It's 5 helmets that would be very easy to knock out, but you got to think like how unique they are, which is what I like. I mean, don't get me wrong. The rest of the helmets are unique in themselves, like Commander Cody's and, of course, Captain Rex's. But if you get like Hunter, Tex, Echoes, or Wrecker's helmet would be pretty dope.
The only thing I can see there that would be an issue would be the printed stuff that would have to be there, or stickers.
And I mean, that's, if you look at, I mean, hell, a couple of them right now, all of them right now, besides, I think all of them, but maybe the Mandalorian's one, have stickers. Because I know Darth.
No. The TIE Fighter doesn't have stickers.
I thought the TIE Fighter did.
No, those are printed.
Are they printed?
That's what drove that setup. Those things are like $90 a piece.
I thought that one was. Hold on. Helmet.
Luke's helmet isn't stickered, is it?
Luke's got a sticker. Yeah, Luke's has got a sticker in the front. You know those little yellow diagonal lines?
Yeah.
Those are stickers.
Cody's got the one underneath the jaw.
Oh, and then Luke's got the arched pieces with the little triangle, like the little V triangle in the circles?
Cody's looks like it's the 2 battle marks. Stormtrooper has nothing, but it doesn't need anything.
The Stormtroopers got stickers
Where?
on the sides. You know those blue lines? About to be inspecting these things. Yeah, dude, they got stickers right there.
Oh, yeah, they do. I didn't even know that.
Yes, the Stormtrooper has stickers. The Stormtrooper has stickers.
Vader's mouthpiece is printed, isn't it? Oh, yeah, but it has a sticker on the chin.
Yep, Vader's got a printed sticker as well. Who else? I swore.
I don't think Leia has a print, but it doesn't need one.
I think, yeah, the TIE Fighter does have a sticker.
But it's not the symbols, the Imperial.
No, that's not the Imperial symbols. Jake popped off for a second. I don't know if he texted me or not. Yeah, he just popped off. Let me message him really quick. See if he's okay. But yeah, it's I know for like. Let me see if I can pull up those helmets. Badge helmets images.
Because I know they would have to print text goggles.
I don't know about that one. You could probably go with some. You could probably go with like a green transparent like wall piece to go with that. Bad Batch helmets. Here, let me see if I can pull them up real quick. Images.
Somebody did a
Here we go.
Admiral Akbar, and it looks really good.
Oh, really?
Cad Bane, Queel. There's a Grievous.
Here we go. Let me see if I can pop this up. Present. Share screen.
There's an Optimus Prime bust build.
Oh, yeah.
There is a C-3PO on here.
There it is. Oh, boo. It's just a poster. Whatever. I'll roll with it. But, like...
Yeah, that you would have to print that, like, thing. I mean, I guess it could be stickered.
I mean, I don't think this one necessarily needs to be stickered just because it's tonal.
I'm talking
Like-
about the Tex helmet.
Oh, Tex helmet with...
The goggles.
with the grid lot or with the grids?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one, well, that one I could definitely see as like a hologram, like a transparent sticker that you would put on a green.
So somebody done Hunters.
Oh, somebody did Hunters.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
So like I could see Hunters. Of course, I could see. I would definitely love to see Wrecker's helmet just because I think that one's just badass.
Somebody did Anakin's pod racer helmet. There's an AT driver. There's Captain Phasma.
What the heck? Hold on, wait a minute.
There's a 332nd. Kylo. Phase 1 ARC Trooper. Or Phase 1 Trooper and ARC Trooper, sorry.
Oh, okay. You put this on image. Or let me see.
Ezra, Voltron. Here's a Wrecker one.
Oh, I'm seeing them right now.
Unrebrickable.
I just went to Google and just started pulling them up. So, like, I'll share my screen real quick. Yeah, like, someone did do a Hunter. There's a Revan. Cad Bane looks really cool.
There's a Cad Bane that looks much better than that on Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Go up, though. Go to that tech helmet.
Where?
Top row, second to the left.
Right here? Wait,
No,
top
top-
row? Oh, right here.
How did they do that visor? So it's just plate built with it behind there.
Yeah, it's plate built. Let me see.
I haven't came across that one yet.
So, yeah, this one's going to be plate built with... Yeah, this is 2x4 tiles that they used on the backdrop, like in between.
That looks really good.
I don't even think it's 2x4. I think it's just 2x2.
There's a Bo-Katan that looks really good.
Oh, there you go. It's gold.
Here, go to Rebrickable. Search Alex ALEX _ BRICKARTUSS. Click his name right there on one of those helmet clone troopers.
Alex _ Brick.
Yeah, click that.
Okay.
There you go.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And they all look really good.
What the? Oh, there you go. Now, see, that's actually a helmet that I really liked. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't a big fan of the sequel trilogy movies, but this trooper looked really dope.
Go back a screen. Go scroll down.
I see the record one right there.
Yeah. Right there, that tech on the bottom left. That looks much better.
Oh, that does look better.
It looks kind of like a Star-Lord's in a way.
Yeah, I do like what he did there as far as like the grid is concerned, though. He just basically stacked 2x2 or 1x2s on top of one another.
I might buy a bunch of these.
Interesting. Yeah, no, he did a bunch of 1x2s for that, which were just transparent greens. That's not bad.
I think I could play that off to where, well, I could technically only fit one more on that shelf. I've got a plan. I don't know when it's going to be. I want to come down here, and I've got a wall full of shelves that go all the way down. You can't really see them in the background at all because of the camera, the way it's focused on me and blurred in the back. But I'm going to, I guess for my own sake, I'm going to redo all these shelves for like the second time this year.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a bunch of sets that I take apart that I've had together. Like I've had the Millennium Falcon, the UCS Falcon together for ever since it came out. So what, 8 years now?
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna finally take it apart.
God, I've got, how many sets do I still have? I've got a couple of sets I've still got to build, and I've got to redo my entire room. Welcome back, buddy.
Hello.
Making sure that you're good, man.
Good.
But yeah,
That might not be a bad idea to buy some of these helmets. I'm actually kind of mad that I don't need another project, but
So I got a question for you because I know you like to do. Have you ever done like a design your own rebrickable or anything like that?
so I've had a bunch of questions like that. When I built the castle, everything I build to a certain extent is built in studio. I don't do every little piece just because of the detail you can get outside of studio, and doing a lot of stuff with hinges or any kind of illegal style techniques that are used are just a pain in the ass to do in studio. I have the entire castle built on a studio file. The only thing is it's just the blueprint of it. Like it's just built out of like 1x6 or 1x8 bricks. If you wanted to have the detail, you'd have to buy all the detailed pieces and put them in there. I've never actually done anything like the rebrickable. Somebody had told me, like the church I just built for the World War II mock, there's been a couple people that asked me if they could buy the instructions for that. And I'm like, I just don't have them. Like I have the outside of the building, but when it comes to like attaching the roof and stuff like that, it's just so much crap that you cannot do in studio.
So I'll say this: I've dabbled with studio. Like I've been building. That's what I've been using now as part of this, like making mocks, just because it saves from having to just buy pieces in bulk, and then trying to build it, and then pretty much just like it's almost like measure once, cut, fuck up, measure twice, cut, success, sort of ordeal. But that's how I did my dark R2D2. Like I built that in there. And there are some things that you can do, and then some things I just had to learn how to do. Like merging parts. Like merging parts that you build in kind of like how they do it in Lego instructions.
I use Studio a lot for finding out the shape of something. So, like, if you're going to build a building, you know, a lot of people don't understand this when you they look at me like I'm dumb when I say this, but Lego is math. And if you know, the biggest plate you can buy is 16 by 16. So if you build something that's 32 by 32, you're going to have a spot in the middle that is just insanely weak because nothing is touching them. Exactly. So you have to come up with like supports, and that's what I use mainly of. I'll tell you this, and then I'll show something if you want to present it. What I've started doing is everything I've built is city, the castle, the other castle, and now this Battle of the Bulge is at least 9 foot by 11 foot. Or sorry, 5 foot by 11 foot, or 9 foot, 5 foot by 9 foot. So the Battle of the Bulge is actually going to be a little bigger than that. So everybody's asked me multiple times, why don't I do something smaller? So I created a stream that I do now every Thursday to where I go on and build digitally. And if I like the build enough, I'm going to build it. Like if it gets the plan was originally to build 4 things digitally. When they get done, let everybody choose which one they want me to actually build. Yeah. And I can show you this. Let me present it. Are y'all video game people?
Oh, yeah.
Right. If you want to present that, you can take a guess on what it is. You might know it, but like I said, I'm on week 3 of it. So if you've seen anything I posted, you might know it.
That looks like the Fallout gas station.
It is.
Nice.
I've got to go in and, of course, like finish the detailing of like the roads being cracked and everything else, and then add the rocket to the roof, and then finish adding the Red Rocket logo to the front, and then I'll be going on the inside. But like where the actual rocket base does for the gas station, like for instance, that's a perfect example. Studio will not allow me to do that. Like I know it'll work. They just like the studio itself will not allow that.
So when you say Studio won't allow you, is it just a preset that you currently have on there, like the snapping feature? Because I know it'll snap.
I can zoom in this. So do you see how these are connected?
Yeah.
So this is actually connected to this.
Yeah.
But when you want to put it in there, it's going to try snapping it. This entire roof right here is sitting on top of this. Mm-hmm. And I know it'll work because it's just sitting on top. As soon as you try to do it in Studio, it tries to connect the studs together, and it just doesn't work. I can't go in and build the space for this to where basically I'm going to build that plate's going to be built with spaces in it, and those spaces that 3x3 section is going to just fall into. But I can't do that in Studio. I mean, you might can if you spent enough time digging and like making it work, but it's just not worth it to me. I know it'll work. So why do it? I'm to the point now where in this right here with just what's shown, I'm about ready to say if people want me to build it because I already know the pieces. The only thing I'll have to come up with is the pieces to spell out Red Rocket and build the rocket ship on top. But like going in here and adding all these little cracks and everything like I have here is really just for an aesthetic purpose of this render.
Interesting.
I have enough custom pieces from Eclipse Graphics to make this with a full interior and everything. It's just, once again, I don't know how far I want to dig into it and how deep I want to do it because y'all, you know, we all 3 met at the convention this year for Brick Fair.
Yeah.
I bring something that is so big that I would rather spend time with it. And if I bring 2 mocks that I'm having to set up at 2 different places, I don't know how that's going to work. Next year, my wife is bringing a mock.
Okay.
So she's already going to be in a different place than I am because she's building a mosaic. So I don't know how that all is going to work out. At Brixboro, it'll probably be done, and she'll be sitting next to me, so it doesn't really matter. But places like Brick Fair, where they break everything up, if I
Yeah.
were to build that right there is going to be set in like pop culture, and then I'm going to be set in the military. I don't want my mock just sitting there unattended. Plus, I really like talking to people, and you got to interact. And it's no offense to anybody out there, but I'd much rather stand beside the Battle of the Bulge and talk to people than I would that gas station, just because of the pure size of it. The aesthetic of it. If I showed you a brand new shiny car that was 20 feet long versus a brand new shiny car that was 2 feet long, that 20 feet long one's going to grab your attention.
I mean, your build at Brick Fair definitely caught ours. It was
Oh, dude.
amazing.
The only thing
It was like he said, it caught our eyes, and I like zoomed straight towards it. I was like, I gotta talk to this fucking dude.
I made it clear I'm a big
was,
castle guy, so when I saw it, I was like,
the only thing
Oh,
it caught
yeah.
was hate.
Hold on. Now you still owe me, by the way.
It caught a lot of hate.
What do you mean? That bill got a lot of hate?
When I pushed it off the table, it did.
Oh well, damn, yeah.
Dude, I'm getting grilled on those video. That video.
Why did you do that? Shut the hell up! It's my
I
bill.
commented.
I got done
I've
with it.
been everybody that says something. Normally, if you go to their page, they're not even Lego people. There's been so many people that tell me like I've disrespected Lego. I have no need to ever touch Lego. I'm not respectful for the money that I throw out. It costs too much to do something like that. I should not be allowed to play with Lego anymore. I don't know what it means to have a value in money, like you name it. And
Kick rock.
like
kick rock.
yeah, well, there's so many. Dude, like I'm one of those type of people where I've met y'all. I've talked to y'all for maybe an hour there. I've talked to y'all for an hour and a half tonight. I'm really easy to get along with. I love talking to people. I love having fun. I'm okay if you want to start talking shit. Just remember that if you talk shit, I'm going to talk shit back. And a lot of people that come at me and want to be a dick, I promise I could be a much bigger dick than you, and I love it. So bring it. And there's so many people that are like, oh, I have a castle that I'm building that's going to be this size, and I would never disrespect it. And I'm like, oh yeah, well let me see it. And they're like, why do you want to see it? And I'm like, because this castle cost me $12,000, and I know you aren't putting out the fucking money. Like, just hands down, like you're not doing it. You don't know what it takes. I hear it constantly. Like if you're gonna shit talk, let's shit talk, because I know you don't know shit about this community.
I mean, let's be real. The fun of
Had
it
to.
is building, but there's also the fun in dismantling and rebuilding it.
Well,
I mean,
the thing that was funny about it was I had no intention of destroying it. None. When I went there, the full intention was to pack it up, take it to this October show. And I was joking with a buddy, and the castle was a really good idea, and I'm going to go back to castle. I mean, I had 500 and something Black Falcons out there, and I still have another 1,000 here. So it's just one of those things. Like, I'm gonna re-go to castle. I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
But every time you build something, whether it's a Lego set or if it's your own mock, you learn something that you wish you would have implemented way too late. And the castle was a prime example of that. It was a pain in the ass to set up because if the tables weren't perfect, nothing lined up, and you had to push it all together to set the top on it. And it was a pain. And we were there Wednesday. I don't know what day y'all got there because I didn't see y'all till Saturday or Sunday.
we got there Thursday night, but we were doing a little touristy DC because I have never been to DC, and I think
I've never been
either.
to DC.
So we were doing I went to the Monuments Friday. We went to a baseball game. We did touristy stuff.
So I got there Wednesday at I think 10 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, I was still fighting with the base of it because I couldn't get the base to go together because the tables were so fucked. I ended up emptying out my van and driving to Lowe's and buying plywood. Coming back and using the plywood to level the tables out. Finally got it together that night, and I had a buddy that was laughing. And oddly enough, Virginia is like the mecca of like the military side of Lego. Like that's one of the biggest places that you're going to see it, even though like the military section there isn't crazy, but that's one of the biggest sections. And I told them my idea. I'm like, I'm designing it now. I'm working with it. Dan from Brick Mania is sponsoring this as far as he's helping me try to get what I need. And I was like, I really hate packing this thing up and I hate dismantling it. I know now if I were to build it again, what to do and what not to do. And I was joking and I was like, can you imagine the views if I push it off the table? And a buddy of mine named Alex, I don't know if anyone knows him, but Alex was like, got an idea. He's like, you remove everything that is expensive off the Lego, off the mock. Sunday, I'll set a chair out there and I'll run and jump on it. The people at Brick Fair that were employees were standing not too far, and they highly frowned upon that idea.
They said no Bill's Mafiaing it.
And I was also afraid. Like I tried telling him, I was like, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, I weigh 260. I can lay across the center section of the castle. It's built pretty solid. You coming down 4 feet out of the air, 5 feet out of the air on it, you're probably going to get hurt. And I was just like, we were joking. We didn't know what to do. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to push it off the table. I was like, I'm going to put out the boxes, push it off the table. And everybody out there that's watching, if it made you mad that I did it on the iPhone filmed video, wait till you see the 4K video that this thing shot of me. Because I have the real footage of it.
Oh God, that's gonna be behind the scenes. We gotta see that. I have my mock built in studio. I just have to buy the parts, which they're all good now, thank God. I just have to get the pieces all. I just have to get all the pieces, and then I'll be good to go to start actually putting it together and actually getting this to work.
So people ask me all the time, like we were talking earlier, like what studio. So one of the greatest things I like about studio is if you build it to the full detail you want to build something, which the castle I didn't recommend because of the size, but that gas station is a perfect example for you to do it. You could literally take that entire parts list, create an XML file on Bricklink, and order what you need and not have any kind of excess, and you know exactly what you want it to look like because you have the blueprint.
Yeah. And that's I've done a couple, I did some small builds on here before, like brickheads, and I would transfer those files over to Bricklink, and it was great because that was the awesome part about it. I could just find the pieces there via my XML list, and then I'll be good to go. I actually shoot, my keyboard, I built a Lego keyboard, and I got all the parts and pieces from Super Hawk Bricks. But right here,
that's pretty cool.
Like, of course, the keys are not Lego, but everything else around it, that's all Lego pieces.
I posted the last video I had a picture of a minute, or part of the video was in there. I took a Brick Mania tank that I'm using in the model, or in the mock, and every vehicle is going to have a different camo pattern. Even if it's the same style camo, there's going to be different things in different places. Well, I built the tank in Studio.
Yeah.
Saved the pieces, and then changed the color of the pieces, saved it again, changed the color of the pieces, saved it again. And the Bricklink store I order from a lot lets me create batches. So he sent me 4 different batches of the pieces I needed for each tank. So each tank is built in a different camo pattern.
Nice.
And stuff like I'm doing it now is the next tank, and I'm doing it again. So that Studio is really, really helpful in my opinion. One of the most viewed videos that I have on my channel is from me showing people how to do like terrain and crap in Studio. Yeah. And which is really weird because that whole entire idea of a series got no attention whatsoever until like a year later. So I might go back to it and revisit that. There's a lot of stuff that I do though that just Studio won't allow.
And that I'll probably talk to you off stream about, because there have been ways that I've been able to kind of finagle Studio to work with me in a way that I can do the unlawful methods of Lego.
Well, a prime example is I I'm building every building in this entire mock of the building section will be a good like 5 feet by 5 feet.
Yeah.
Every one of the doors and windows are brick built. So none of
Okay.
them are going to be window panels. If it's a big window in the front, it's all going to be brick built. I'm building the window portions to where it has the seals in it,
Okay.
and it's built out of flags.
Not bad.
That is something that you cannot do in studio. You just can't. There's no real connection point.
Mhm.
It's basically friction holding it together, and studio will not allow you to do that.
Mm.
I've tried messing around with like I built a bunch of tanks that have no detail added to them or anything, and I detailed my first tank the other day, and it was showing it being the top of it being exploded off the turret, and I tried to do that in studio, and with using I don't really know what they're called. I have a bunch of them here. I call them action pieces.
Yeah.
These like clear one by whatever pieces that curve.
Yeah.
I tried using those in studio to show like the turret sitting down. That way I knew where to put the dishes to show the explosion, and it just did not work at all. And one of the other things I do with like the castle was like the exploding wall by using like these style pieces.
Yeah.
But I bend these, and you're just not going to do that in studio.
You
Okay.
bend. God, you bend those.
Have you tried the new ones that kind of came with the Avengers Tower? They have the curve of them yet?
Yeah, but so the entire wall that was exploded in the castle was built using these.
Okay.
There's a method that I've told people that you can do to bend this to where it doesn't lose anything. It doesn't show crack points. I have like, and once again, if you're a Lego purist, you're about to hate what I say, but I'll bend them and then cut them and
Interesting.
use them for different action pieces and stuff. So I went to the Lego store. They had these on the pick-a-brick wall. I bought, I think it was like at the time, 3 cups full of these during an AFOL day. So they cost me like $12 a piece or whatever it is.
Mm.
And I probably bought 2,000 of these things.
Okay.
I've got like cents on the dollar for these. I'm not worried about them messing up at all.
Yeah.
They're not that expensive. They come out pretty often.
No, the AFOL days are definitely nice for pick a brick.
Anytime that I can, and this sounds really cocky, but anytime that I can set my mock up next to yours and you ask me how I did something, that's like a pat on the back to me. I love I do it myself. You have no idea how many people I asked at Brick Fair how they did roofs on their buildings because I could not figure out the roof on the church. Stuff like that. You don't know unless you talk to people, and I would rather a mock that I know, or at least I'm not one of those type of people where I'm ahead of you. I would rather us all succeed. If we could all be millionaires, let's fucking do it.
Or community guys.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about how much
AFOL
money,
community, homie.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about how much better you think you are than somebody. You're not. Let's all succeed. Let's all do it. Anytime I've got an idea and people want to know, I'm more than happy to tell them. And it's just one of those things that if you're a Lego purist, though, you're not for me. I will admit all of my stuff is Lego pieces, unless that it's like Eclipse Graphics, Citizen Brick, Brickmania, stuff like that. But if it is an actual Lego piece, everything I've used is Lego.
Oh, dude, that's so awesome. That's I'm going to say this right now. I think that's a freaking awesome closing note to end this stream because you just spoke out volumes there. So what we like to do with our guests towards the end of the podcast, we pretty much just like to let them kind of give out a little quick spiel as to what they're currently doing, what they're currently working on, any future products or projects, and then of course talk about what other media that they're on as well, so that way we can share the love of your podcast and all your socials on here as well. But let it rip, Bearded. Where are you at, man? And how can everyone find you?
You can find me on anything as long as you use Bearded Brix, and it's spelled with a Brix. I stream every Wednesday night with a couple of guests that's kind of just like this right here. I have some co-hosts we normally try to have a guest on. I also stream doing that studio build on Thursday now for the most part. This will be the first Thursday in a while that I'm not doing it. I got a buddy that's got some family problems, and I'm gonna go see one of his family members. Other than that, I'm on Instagram 24/7 pretty much. You hit me up. I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to ignore you. I don't care how big I get. I want to talk to everybody. We've recently turned all of our streams on Wednesday into podcasts. I have a Spotify account I just created, so I'll be uploading it. And other than that, I'm gonna be working on this Battle of the Bulge. I'll be doing it. I have a Coruscant mock planned. After the Coruscant mock, I'm going to leave. The Coruscant mock was up to people that I know. The next mock I'm going to do after that, I'm going to leave up to everybody else. It's either going to be another Star Wars mock, which I kind of want to veer away from because I'll just be doing one. But it's either going to be Pirates or Castle or together.
Dude, that's going to be sick.
You tell me what you want to see. I've got an idea to merge both of them together. I think it'd be really cool. I'm not seeing anybody do it, and I've got a shit ton of minifigures for both of them. So I'm ready to roll with it. Other than that, man, just chilling and having fun.
Dude, that's awesome. That's amazing, man. And of course, we're gonna be posting about this as well, and we'll provide all the socials on your page or on our video. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pop up our little screen here, and then we'll get it closed out for the night. If you enjoyed today's podcast, you can catch the episode on YouTube on the ELPN channel after this. If you want to go ahead and do a recap, of course, if you want to recap it solo away, driving away somewhere, you can always catch us on the Brick and Nite on ELPN podcast, available on Spotify as well as Apple Podcast. Check out any latest content that we've been posting on TikTok as well as Instagram at Brick at Nite ELPN, and then share some love to the content creators who are behind this channel at Lego Jake 3 and myself at Ken.Nerd, where the E's are threes. But Jake, I know I took this away from you last week because you didn't have access to do it. You get to do it tonight now.
The episode, I've got it all. I'm so excited.
You can end the episode with the little catchphrase that we created at the start of this.
Bearded Brix, it was a real pleasure having you on. It was great meeting you. It feels like so long ago now.
Yeah, I will say real quick. I talked to them, or I talked to y'all before this stream. Y'all are gonna be a guest on my channel coming up, so it's been fun. Let's do it again. Let's keep it going. Anytime you want me to come, just give me a heads up.
Sweet.
Of course. Well, from all of us here at Brick and Nite, nighty night.